The city is under attack, and none of the heroes are lifting a finger in its defense. So this leaves you and the other villains to defend it. Because there is nothing for a villain to do in a smoldering ruin, and trashing the city is your job, damn it! The city of Anaheim was under attack, and our heroes had yet to arrive. The villains of each district united and knew we had to take action. This was not only our home, but our playground as well. If the heroes fail, there will be no one else to blame but ourselves. So I took the first steps toward leading our motley crew of villains, plotting out a plan that could save us, if not entirely redeem us. We didn't plan on being heroes, but today marks a turning point in my life. I'm no longer sure of what side I'm fighting for. Just then, I saw a glimpse of movement dart across the skyline. At first, it seemed like one of the heroes had come to save us. But then, I realized it was something else entirely. The creature. It gathered up its minions from the depths below and wreaked havoc upon Anaheim in an unearthly rumble. Like the breath of death itself sweeping over us all. The villains fought bravely against the creature, though we all knew this was not going to be enough given its sheer size and strength. We did whatever we could to distract it long enough for us to forge a plan. But as we did so, it advanced relentlessly towards every corner of our beloved city. Suddenly, without warning or time for reflection, a brilliant light pierced through the darkness like an arrow. It seemed to be coming from inside me, giving me strength far greater than before, as well as knowledge of what we were supposed to do now that every hope was lost. Our group split into two sides, one following my lead to fight together with some sort of transcendent energy directed at stopping this unstoppable beast, while the other provided support with weapons and tools designed on another plane outside of space and time itself. After days of fighting off the creature and saving citizens, my team and I declared victory for Anaheim. Though with every step forward, there seemed to be two back. Our victory didn't cure the underlying deeds we had committed here in the past. The feeling of compassion that had emerged during our fight against evil left me feeling empty inside. That's when it clicked. I could never return to my life as a villain after this night, because morally speaking, none of us had any choice but to become who we are now. Heroes. A title I would never accept, no matter how much good we did in our city. The city burns as the battle rages here and elsewhere. Fires rage in the streets, rubble, eyes, and hearts. I look around for something, anything. The fleet above us bombards the city. Of course, the National Guard makes its own defense. But the bombers, those damned bombers. Grimhold, get your squad further up the street. Tallahan, Carthug, take your mobs to the outskirts of the city. Get as many civilians into the sewers as you can. It's the only safe place we have for now. I barked into the comm channel at my command center. I slammed my arms on the hollow table at the others. Vipress and her retinue. The Harlequin and her goons, the various other villains and their emissaries all looked to me. They couldn't reach City Hall or the government district. It was lost or held. We didn't know. I switched comm channels. "Justicar, answer me, now!" I grunted. Silence. My brow twitched. "You cowardly bastards! You fight us in peace, but in war you hide along with your ilk? Are you not paragons? Treacherous, cowering bastards!" I roared. The bombardments came down still as I looked to the map. I am in command of the dregs and filth of society. A villain adopting the disgraced name and style of the poor kings of Solomon's temple. I have that name as I regard myself as their avenger, their retribution on an unforgiving and treacherous world that bent the knee to maddening treachery. I cannot lie about my sins, for I will happily suffer for them. Now the city calls me to war. I turn to the council. We have fought, myself and they, with each other for years. Territory, products from which to sell to raise funds, recruits, ideologies, and offenses committed by or against us, and of course fighting the League of Order. I find it ironic that we as society's filth now defend it from invaders that have no concept of parley, no apparent reason for their demands. The doors to the cathedrals outside were opened by my subordinates, in white and red armor. Soldier of Fortune and a bunch of his men came in, their armor singed and scratched, not a few wounded. Medics would see to the wounded as the mercenary came to me. I inclined my head, respectfully as others do so, or just jerk their heads up. "Welcome," I told him. "Came as soon as we could," the soldier grunts, downing water from a flask. He looks at me with his good eye. "You hear from the commissioner or the league?" "Neither, no. We do not know the Fates district," I tell him sadly. End of part 1. "Where are the heroes?" one of the villains in meeting room asks. "Well, Sherlock, if we knew, then this meeting wouldn't make any sense, right?" answers another. The atmosphere in the room was tense. Nobody had any idea what heroes were doing in times of crisis. One thing was certain. If those guys don't take actions, we will have to do it ourselves. Any objections? The room was silent for a little while. All villains in Upperwall decided that heroes were useless in time of need. So after thinking for a while, everyone agreed to protect the city in the face of the new danger. Upperwall was not a small town. It had around 2 million civilians inside its walls. So every villain had to protect the city with all their might. Not every villain was willing to take aces out of their sleeves. The most powerful person in the room spoke as she saw that. "I hope that everyone has some plans, but I need you to understand our situation. Everyone is in danger, even us. So, bring out your most treasured toys. Am I clear?" After I saw that greed in eyes of quite a lot of individuals decline, fear appeared instead. "Come on, don't scare the new guys, Valkyrie." You know that if that was not said, we could reduce some number of competition in our little town, said some girl while toying with some kind of artifact with snakes on it. Shut it, Loki. You can have some fun with our enemies. Well, if you want to play that badly, we can play together. However, I can't promise to leave you in one piece. How about 1,001 pieces? Sounds good to you? All right, sorry. So what's your plan? I looked at her with pity and didn't answer. Why would I allow her to meddle with my side of the city? I will go to the south, and you to the north. If I find out that you made any disorder in any other side, my promise to you will be fulfilled after battle. It's quite funny to squabble with her, can't deny it. Everyone out and protect the city. Some casualties are allowed. Not too many. I look at you, Loki. As I said earlier, south is mine. Loki, take north. Everyone else, our commanders, will defend east and west. Wish you all good luck. And have fun. We will have to smash some hero heads after the defense game. My third time writing out something. As usual, some constructive criticism is appreciated. Laverno checks out.